Welcome to the season finale of Universal Remote. And now, from the apocalypse, it's his bunker, it's his rules, it's his game show. It's too weird to live, too rare to die. My Cannonball Run co-driver, your host, Devin Pye. Pack your bags, I'll see you in 20.
Oh God, he's really gonna expect me to get in a car with him and race across the country. I can't deny Pigman this. I've got to go. He's going to be my Captain Chaos. That's how this is going to work. Welcome to Universal Remote, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us for the trivia program with production values equal to or greater than 3/4 of network television currently. Trust me, I've watched most of them. That's the way this goes. It is Universal Remote. I want to check in with our guest for the evening. He's hanging out in the green room right now, which is conveniently located in his own home. Lee Majdub he's standing by. Lee, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it? Can you hear me?
It's going fine. Let me make sure I've got you potted up and ready. Let me hear you one more time.
Hello.
Okay, I might have to work on an audio punch with you, but I can do that. I can make that happen. That's fine. Lee is going to be joined. Yeah, I got you now. Okay. Yep, that's cool. Awesome.
I can change to like more of one of these headsets.
Well, I know you've got your Twitch headset ready to go with that, man. Trust me, it's fine. Hang out for a little bit. Let's see how you do on these questions as well. And Lee's gonna be joining us in snack time. Wave goodbye to the people. Lee, go grab a beverage real quick. It is the fast-paced online quiz show, live and direct from Network 23, alongside with my two chemo kitties, Woody and Leslie on scoring, and Pigman. Apparently, he's going to be fetching me an ambulance right now. My name is Devin Pike. Thank you very much for joining us for our twice-weekly trivial diversion. As for the rules, it is incredibly simple to play. All you have to do is to log into your YouTube or Twitch account, then play along by putting your windows in the chat. It's either over on your right if you're playing on your desktop, down below if you're playing on your mobile, and swipe one way or the other. One way will actually bring up the chat bar. The other way will get you a date with Woody. So, the first three people who answer each question correctly get the points in the first half of the game. That's 30 for first, 20 for second, 10 for third. And those values, of course, double in the second round. So, pot's right. We're locked in. Let us get underway with our first channel of the evening. That, of course, is What Day Is It? Of course, that's the card. That's what I wanted to play. Let's do this like I've actually done this damn show before. These well-known actors or fictional characters. Fictional. Jura whiskey. Have the word day somewhere in their names. Please, oh please, tell me who these people are. Let's go. I didn't slide everything over one way or the other. That's what I wanted to do. I put the script there. That way I can read this and punch these keys as so. He might have turned on Earth in the Pacific Rim uprising, but give credit to this irresistible dental hygienist who holds a patent on kitten mittens. Once again, all of these actors or fictional characters have the word day somewhere in their names. Which one holds a patent on kitten mittens? Question 2. Just the facts, ma'am. This by-the-book LA cop created by Jack Webb came down hard on criminals on radio and TV from 1949 until 1970. And still, I think he would have... I don't think he would be tear gassing protesters or press people at this point. That's just me. I don't think Jack Webb would have allowed that. Question number 3. From Nick Tortelli to Nixon, this swarthy actor has a long on-screen career as a scoundrel, taking on Gomez Adams, Xenomorphs, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Loving those answers. And the fourth and final question in the channel. Dwayne Jesse was so renowned for his cinematic lip sync appearance in Animal House, he bought the rights to this name and performs with his band, The Knights, to this very day. To this very day. Shut up, Hillary. I didn't say it. Damn you. That wraps it for our first channel of the evening. Let us move along to our second round. That, of course, Is It Thursday? From 1982 on, NBC on Thursday nights was the place to be for comedy. See what they did there? Answer these questions about the must-see TV lineup through the ages. If you're not ready, too bad, because here we go anyway. Question 1. Mackenzie, Brackman, Cheney, and Cusack forms the partnership based around what West Coast-based TV drama? And that's weird because that question showed up in YouTube chat a hell of a lot later than what I did it in. All right. Rolling on. Post SNL, David Spade found his calling answering calls as the world's worst secretary on what fashion magazine-centered sitcom? Yeah, it's gonna be a bourbon night. I have surgery tomorrow. I can't eat anything after midnight, so sláinte. All right. Question 3. After airing a 2-hour comedy block on Thursdays for 21 straight seasons, what reality show broke that stretch in 2004? And our fourth question for that channel. Oh, that's why it does that. Okay, very good. You go away, you go up, and it says, I dare any of you to name any other actor on Wings other than Steven Weber or Tim Daly. Anyone. Doesn't matter. Name any of them. Lee, you're not allowed to answer that question. I know half of them owe you money anyway. It's great. I can actually look in on the green room and crack him up, and it's a private little audience for one. I like it. All right, that wraps it up for Is It Thursday, our third channel for the evening. And guess what, kids? It is a supersized season finale, so that means 6 full channels. Our third channel this evening is Smells Like Cartoon Planet. The seeds of Adult Swim were planted in 1994 when creator Mike Lazo recut 60s Space Ghost cartoons into a talk show and repackaged with nonsensical skits and non sequitur interviews. Answer these questions about the universe that Space Ghost built, whether we wanted him to or not. Question 1. This dulcet-toned guest on Space Ghost Coast to Coast was the original voice of Space Ghost back in 1966. Name him. Once again, the original voice of Space Ghost appeared as a guest on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Question 2. Before spinning off into the mystical land of New Jersey, this crime-fighting trio pushing Burger Trench meals made their debut on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. My name is... Question 3. Powered by the sun and apparently between gigs as a superhero and a law student, who had a one-time appearance as a guest host on Space Ghost Coast to Coast? And fourth and final in the round. On C-Lab 2021, with what brand of soda machine does Captain Murphy have a bone-shattering run-in? It's the season finale. I got to make the good questions work. All right, kids, that wraps up our first round of the evening, which of course means that it is, yeah, that's right, it's snack time. Before I bring out our guest, I want to let you know that because we're doing the guest interview, we will be showing the answers for round one on a crawl on the bottom of the screen. So you can use that to figure out what goofy answers you had and if they actually answered incorrectly or not. Let's go ahead and fire that crawl up. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. Ah, that's where I put it. So, our guest for the evening is a phenomenal actor. I first saw him on Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. There are a lot of other amazing roles. You probably saw him on the... Where'd that go? You Go Away. That's what I want. Yes. You probably saw him in the movie Sonic the Hedgehog just recently. Kids, please welcome the amazing Lee Majdoub. Lee, what is going on, my brother?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. First off, thanks for being a part of tonight's season finale. And the funny thing is that I asked if, for a list of people who are available from our dear friend Lainey Labbins, who is just an amazing human being. And she rattles off 3 or 4 and says, "Oh, and Lee Majdoub's available." I said, "Do you know who Lee is? He's done this." I said, "I know who Lee is. I've been watching his stuff for a while." So thanks a lot for joining us, man. It's great to have you on.
Thank you. It's fun. I've watched a few videos and I was like, how come I haven't been taking part in this game from the beginning? I'd probably get like 0, but it's all good.
You would wind up complaining that your answers actually came in before other people's, and because that's the gag. Every single person who plays this game is, I don't know, I can't see the answers. But I know that you as a seasoned Twitch channel runner yourself, you understand the limitations of the field.
Am I seasoned? I think I've only been doing it for like since we were shut into our apartments and stuff. It was suggested to me to try it out, so it's been fun though. It's a nice way to engage with people and play some video games and show people how horrible I am at it.
What is your quarantine beverage of choice? I'm back to whiskey because I couldn't drink it for a while, so I'm having some tonight. What is your stockpile, and is it low at this point?
So I've been I got sucked into making these like Dalgona coffee things, just because it feels productive to spend 15 minutes just like whisking, and then water and Coke Zero. That's been pretty much like I switch them around and stuff.
Fair enough. Talk a little bit about working on Dirk Gently, because with that show, we didn't understand where the plot for your characters intersected with the main storyline until about midway through. Did you have a sense of how your storyline was going to fit into the big picture from the outset? Were there table reads that told you how it was going to link up, or did you basically have to figure it out as you went along?
Well, when I got the role, our first couple of table reads, there was just predominantly the first scene with the Find Dirk Gently, and then there was, I think, the letting Panto escape and, trying to tell my mom, or, that he fell off a cliff and everything. So after that, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was told by, some producers and everything that the second half of the season was going to be very Silas and Panto heavy and Wendemore heavy, and to just pretty much be ready. And I was like, all right, let's do it. It's a fun character. I was looking forward to it, and never got to play a fairy tale prince, and that was on the bucket list, so it was amazing.
Did you have a sense of what Dirk Gently was about? Were you a Douglas Adams fan prior to getting into it, or did you just discover the material after you got cast?
I wasn't really familiar with Douglas Adams when it came to his books, but because season 1 was also casting in Vancouver, I knew it was casting here. And then I watched season 1 and loved season 1. It was one of those things where it took me about 3-4 episodes where I was like, all right, I know I like it, but I don't know what is happening. And then after about episode 4, it starts to slowly piece together, and it was just written beautifully. And then when I had the opportunity to read for season 2, I really, really wanted it. So I was familiar with the show itself, but I wasn't familiar with a lot of Douglas Adams, at least Dirk Gently. I wasn't familiar with his books.
Let's talk a bit about your most recent role. I don't think anybody envies somebody who has to be the straight man to anyone who is just as hyperactive as Robin Williams or Jonathan Winters, or in your case, the great Jim Carrey. When you're working on getting into the role, did you have a chance to get to do any side work with Jim prior to going on set, or was it just meeting in a production meeting, then a couple days later, bang, you're on set?
I actually got the role before it was publicly announced that Jim was going to play Robotnik. And I remember it was like 2 weeks after I got in the role, I had this like random thought of who'd be great as Robotnik? Jim Carrey would be great as Robotnik, and Google to see if he had any projects coming up, and the first thing that popped up was the headline of Jim Carrey in negotiations to play Dr. Robotnik. I just like had this panic attack excitement thing. I was like, oh my god. And then, yeah, it was actually first day on set. The scene with Major Bennington, where we rolled up for the first time, was actually when I met Jim and that entire team. The casting process was just through tapes with the casting directors out here in Vancouver. And then I met everybody on the first day there. And then it was through talking with Jim and talking with Jeff Fowler, our amazing director, and the producers, that the relationship started to evolve between Agent Stone and Dr. Robotnik. And it predominantly started off with Jim saying, there's got to be a reason why Agent Stone is here. Like, if Robotnik doesn't like human beings, there's got to be something that Agent Stone offers to this relationship that Robotnik needs. So whether it's Agent Stone knows what Robotnik's going to do before he does it, so that kind of opened up the opportunity to start having conversations, and and he wants to play, and so just being open to play, and we found so many lovely things, and as the project continued, we just found more and more and more stuff to play around with, and that relationship evolved, and everybody loved what we were doing, so it was unbelievable.
How many blown takes were there just because he goes bigger and bigger with each pass to the point where you just cannot keep a straight face? It could not have been an easy task.
No, there were definitely a few times where, so there was the scene where he grabs me by the inside of my mouth, and that one wasn't written that way, and then we were talking about it, and he was like, I feel like I'd be more angry, because it was written that he'd be, frustrated or flustered. And he was like, I think I'd want to do something. And I was like, well, what do you have in mind? He's like, I feel like Robotnik would want to do something to Stone's face. And I was like, all right, what do you got? He's like, can I grab you by the inside of your mouth? And I was like, yeah, you can. Let's do it. Like, so we did that a bunch of times, and I'd start laughing or he'd start laughing, and then the one that I had the most difficulty with was when he has me pin myself against the wall and pulls the quill out of my blazer, and he just improvised the licking of it and just zapping his head, and I cracked up. I cracked up every single time. I think maybe we got two clean takes. I just had to figure out ways of, like, maybe I won't look at him, maybe I got to react a little bit more, maybe I got to see it coming and just, do the like, because it helped me kind of distract myself from just watching Jim do his thing. It was so much fun. And that set was unbelievable, you know what I mean? Like, we all shared in laughter, and it was, we were doing a kids movie and family movie, and everybody there was a fan of Jim's and of Sonic the Hedgehog, so it was an awesome environment to be in.
When there was the hullabaloo about Sonic's design, and the studio then announces, okay, we're we're taking the design, we're doing it more video game style. This is what's going on. Does that play into your head at all at any point? Because the film has been wrapped for months by the time this happens. So are you just like reading the Hollywood Reporter or Variety at one point and going, well, hell, this movie's never even going to see the damn light of day at this point?
I don't think I was concerned about that. I think Paramount and Jeff reacted so quickly in such a positive way that there wasn't even time to really get concerned. You know, it was nice to see that a studio and a team was like, hey, you know what? You guys are right. We're gonna hear you out, and we're gonna go back and fix it. And I think it speaks volumes because Jeff is a huge fan of Sonic, and the entire, well, I don't want to say entire team, but a majority of the team grew up playing Sonic or was a fan in some way, shape, or form of the video games. And so they wanted to do right by the fans and by everybody that, you know, was touched in some way by that franchise, like the video games and the cartoons and stuff. So it was really cool to see them go that route and be like, you know what, you guys are right. And then the fans just, you know, there's something to be said for feeling like you're heard. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of positivity that comes from feeling like your voice gets heard. Yeah. And that was just in the sense of a movie, you know?
This may be inside baseball. It may not be something you're able to talk about, but there's a couple of questions in the chat over on YouTube where characters are asking, are we ever going to see Robotnik and Agent Stone's relationship talk? So is this A, available in a blooper that we're going to see, or B, are you signed to a multi-picture deal in case Robotnik comes back to Earth and Stone has to deal with him again?
So I'm not signed to a multi-picture deal.
Damn it.
So, yeah. So I don't know. I honestly, shook the table. I really want to come back. That's how. So we know that there's going to be a second film. It's in the works. There's no script yet. They're working on that. I would love to come back. We all have great relationships. All of us developed some great relationships. So I would like to see Stone, just as a fan, I'd like to see Stone come back and see what more we can do as far as the relationship between Robotnik and Stone. But besides that, there's not much more. I don't have any details whatsoever. And then as far as bloopers are concerned, I'm sure there's bloopers out there that they maybe didn't put in of me just laughing nonstop. But there weren't any deleted scenes or anything like that. There was a little scene. I wouldn't even call it a scene. There's like a little cut of while Robotnik's in his shuttle or his egg pod, where I pop on his like video feed and I'm like, Dr. Robotnik, and he's like, not now, Stone, and then I get shoved out of the way and it's the general that's there just yelling at him. So it wasn't one of those things that I thought really needed to be in there, so I wasn't too mad at it for not being in the final picture.
Fair enough. Hollywood is starting to ramp up productions again. I know that the guidelines are out there and studios are looking at firing things back up. Have you gotten any marching orders, any scripts coming across your desk we can look forward to seeing you in the future? What is going on, man?
Nothing yet, man. All I've gotten from my agent and manager is, hey, things are in the works.
Oh, great. The usual response. Awesome.
Yeah. Things might start up soon. Locally, it's looking like potentially end of June will be pre-productions in at least Canada. And then July, August productions will start up. And then as far as seeing American productions coming in or borders opening, I'm not too sure. But they're looking at potentially September, I think is what they're saying. But again, nothing's etched in stone. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, if there's going to be more spikes or if it's, you know, it's kind of, it's a lot of practice in letting go of what you're not in control in. So, you know, doing this with you and doing the Twitch stuff and staying involved with, you know, the fan base and people and what's going on right now, you know, it's, I think that's the important thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for your career. I know a lot of the people in the chat room are digging you as well. I want to see you back on my screens again soon. And you know, hey, for season 2, we'll bring you back and we'll talk. We'll just shoot the shit about everything else.
I'm down. I'm so down. I love this thing.
Well, hey, if you're digging it, do you mind sticking around and doing our 4th channel of questions?
What?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Damn it, I should have cleared that in advance. Ah! Son of a bitch!
I gotta go. Bye. No, of course. Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Really quick, let me recap the scores going into round number 2. Let's see. Over on YouTube,
I think I got some answers right. But a lot.
You did get some answers right. However, you are not in the top 3 on either network. Sorry, pal. Over on YouTube, Jackie Leaf in 3rd, Ken Goach in 2nd, John Gamero leading the YouTubers with 130 points. Over on Twitch, wait, no, okay, no, you did come in 4th. That's interesting.
Oh, nice.
Nicely done. Heather is in 3rd place. Hillary is in 2nd, and as usual, at the break, with 270 points, the great Rob Irvin, the Godfather, kicking it. But I'll remind you again, it's only halftime. The scores always change. So with that, we go to round number 2. That category is, of course, Lost in Translation. So, as our guest knows a thing or two about acting next to an animated co-star, and by that, of course, we do mean Jim Carrey, the answers, mortals, answer us these questions about movie adaptations of video games, the good, the bad, and the what TF Lee. Lee, please take it away.
Okay, here we go. To bring this 90s light gun game to the big screen, producers knew the right man to direct the film.
Uwe Boll.
What?
Yeah. Even having Jürgen Prochnow in the cast could not help this 2003 zombie. People, answer this question. All right.
Let me know when you want me to go to the next one.
Let's go ahead and go with it so people don't have the chance to actually, I don't know, cheat and look up the answer on you on question 2.
To date, how many live-action Resident Evil movies have been made? It feels like 63.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know that Mila Jovovich needs work, but for the love of God, man.
She's great, but...
oh, she's fantastic. I just want to see her in Fifth Element too.
Of course. Oh, Lilu.
Question 3.
Here we go. Highlander Immortal Christopher Lambert played Raiden in the first Mortal Kombat film, which I loved. Who replaced him in the role in the sequel, Annihilation?
I don't know how Uwe Boll did not direct either of those films.
Right? It would have been interesting to have Uwe direct those movies.
I'd take it. I'd watch that film.
I loved the first one. The second one, I don't know.
The first one was entertaining. I'll give you that. All right, and question 4.
A couple of brothers, a whole lot of martial arts kicking, and a whole lot of bad dye jobs on Alyssa Milano and bad guy Robert Patrick. What was this 1997 film that actually graced theater screens for a week?
And only 1 week, mind you.
And only 1 week. And I wanted it to be good so badly.
But we wanted all of these movies to be good because we played all of them. Lee, it has been an absolute gas having you here with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And sincerely, I loved you in Dirk Gently. I love you in Sonic, and I cannot wait to see what you're able to do next, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. By the way, you see Lee's Twitter handle on screen. That's also his Twitch account. So go blow him up whenever the opportunity arises, and he will try not to trash talk you, but I guarantee it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it's very mild trash talking. I'm just like, I'll show you. That's it. That is angry.
Lee, be safe, my brother. I'll talk to you soon. Be safe.
Take it easy.
Cheers. All right, let us continue down this road. I'm going to put the thing back. Let's see, where is that? I put that, there we go. Yeah, so I put the round 1 answers back up. Let us move on to round number 5. That, of course, let's see. Yeah, let's do that thing. It is Size Matters. We've all heard it, right? Let's see who's got the most to give from these TV series. I'm going to name 3 TV shows in alphabetical order, and I want you to list them in the order from least amount of episodes to the most. And I'm going to give you a little more time to do each one of these. Phasers ready? Here we go. Question 1. Firefly, Freaks and Geeks, Terriers. I'm listing them in alphabetical order. I want you to tell me from the least amount of episodes to the most. And yes, Hillary, it is this one again. And this is when Woody and Leslie just yell at me a lot. So I'm going to give them a little bit more time too. All right. Question 2. 30 Rock, The Office, Parks and Recreation. Oh, and by the way, it's the U.S. office, for those of you who are wondering. It's not the U.S. and the U.K. combined, it's just the U.S. office. Hey, scorers, give Aaron Davidson 20 points for changing a diaper. Not his own. All right, question 3. Family Matters, Full House, Perfect Strangers. Damn it. Where'd that go? Lost my damn music. There's my music bed. All right, 4th and final for the round. I'm sure you're all happy about that. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Living Single, or Martin? From West Philadelphia, born and raised. Okay, that wraps our 5th channel for the evening. Let us look at our 6th and final channel. That, of course, is Season 2. As I mentioned, this is the final episode of Universal Remote for Season 1. The reason is simple. I'm actually going in for surgery tomorrow. I thought it might be early next week, but it is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And I'm going to be out of commission for a couple of weeks. However, this is not the end of the show. Far from it. Here are 4 questions that are just going to give you a hint of what we got in store for next season. You'll be seeing these in expanded views as we go through Season 2. Question 1. Darcy the Mail Girl carries on a long tradition of providing balance to Joe Bob Briggs' hosting duties. Name the network and the series where Honey Gregory presided as the Mail Girl. If you know, you know. It's kind of the story for these things. Question 2. In the animated Star Trek series, 2 non-humans were part of the bridge crew. Name either of them. Non-human or Vulcan? Oh, come on, Dez. Oh, Lisa, you're killing me. Question 3. According to a passage in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, who made Viktor Krum's wand? Alright, that was the wrong text thing in there. I don't know why. There. Don't know why that did that over there. Very odd. And no, Rob, it wasn't my mom. She was a muggle. Our final question for the evening. Peter will be up in arms, but you'll be killing it in your Viking gear when you spread mayo on the front lawn on what Weird Al Yankovic concocted holiday? So yeah, if you couldn't suss it out, we are going to be doing a complete episode on The Last Drive-In. We'll be doing a complete episode for Star Trek. We'll be doing a Harry Potter-centric episode. And we're going to be doing a Weird Al-centric episode. All Weird Al, all through the episode. Just so you know. All right, let us look at the answers for round 2 as I go ahead and kill off the crawl for round 1. Before I do that, I do want to point you out to the banner that's at the top of the screen. That is our current total for the fundraiser that we're doing for the Trevor Project in honor of Pride Month, or Wrath Month, as some of you might be calling it. Once again, we are supporting this through a fundraiser in conjunction with Twitch. The URL to donate is bit.ly/urpride2020. For that, there are not only stretch goals, but also incentives as well. The current one is once we hit $500, you get to pick which of 4 wigs I will wear throughout an entire episode of Universal Remote. When we hit $1,000, it's a different stretch goal. And at $2,020, which is our ultimate goal, there is a full cosplay piece in there as well. Some of you who know me well know that there is a piece of cosplay that I swore I was never going to wear ever again. If we hit the stretch goal, I'll do it. And in the chat, they'll probably be saying it, so I'm just going to let them do it. They're over in chat. Here are your answers for round 2. The Uwe Boll film with Jürgen Prochnow in 2003 was House of the Dead. There have been 6 live-action Resident Evil movies. Highlander Chris Lambert was replaced in the sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, by James Remar. Also a really good actor, trapped in a really bad movie. And the brothers, martial arts ass-kicking, and a blonde, goateed Robert Patrick starred in 1997's Double Dragon. For Size Matters, Terriers had 13 episodes, Firefly had 14, Freaks and Geeks had 18. That was your order for that. Parks and Rec had 126 episodes, 30 Rock had 138, and the U.S. Office had 201. Family Matters, so Perfect Strangers had 150 episodes, Full House had 192, and 192. Then Family Matters had 215. I would have figured it had been the opposite way around. And finally, for that channel, Living Single had 118 episodes, Martin had 132, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with 148. For the season 2 spoilers, TNT's Monster Vision originally had Honey Gregory, the male girl. The animated Star Trek series, 2 non-humanoids. I should have made that clear, and I'm sorry if I screwed you up on that. Erix and Emrys were the 2 non-humanoid cast members. And then Grigorovich was the person who made Viktor Krum's wand. There are some people who think Ollivander is better. There are some people who think Grigorovich is better. I'm an Ollivander guy. That's just me. And then Weasel Stomping Day was the Weird Al Yankovic concocted holiday where you spread mail on your lawn in your Viking gear. Let's take a look at the scores, shall we? I'm going to look over there. I don't have any text messages saying, there's baby. No. Okay. So that's that on Twitch. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Interesting. Okay. Well, what have we here? So, over on Twitch, with 250 points coming in third is Hillary Block. On YouTube, coming in with 360 points in second place overall is Ken Goach. And your leader and winner in the clubhouse, carrying the title of smartest person on the internet for a full 2 weeks. The Godfather, the Iron Man, Rob Irvin. Rob, you are the smartest person on the internet. My man, 560 points. You crushed it. You took it. So, with that said, we're off the air for a couple of weeks. The plan is to be back here in 2 weeks from tonight on June the 18th. If I'm not able to do it, we're going to pre-tape the interview that we have scheduled for that night. I'll go ahead and tell you, it's Diana Prince, also Darcy the Mail Girl, on the last drive-in. She was hoping to come on tonight and wasn't able to because she actually has to travel. So we pushed it off until the finale on the following night, last drive-in on Shudder. So we're hoping to be back on the 18th, the night before. If not, we'll pre-tape that interview and bring it to you as well as we can. So that's it for this episode of Universal Remote. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much for being a part of it. I would not be able to do this without you guys, and you have helped keep me sane through the last 3 months. I am grateful for all of you. I hope you all stay incredibly safe and sane, and that's basically it. I love you guys. Take care.